Hampson. I'm one of the horticulturists here at Rogers Gardens. This is the third video in our Gardening 101 series where we demonstrate basic gardening techniques. Today I'm going to show you how to correctly plant a flower bulb. As you can see, bulbs come in many different shapes and sizes. The basic planting technique is the same for all these bulbs. The only difference is the depth that they're planted at. One other thing to consider when you are planting a bulb is people ask which direction is up. Does it matter if I plant it up or down, or how do I know which is the top side? Well, the general rule of thumb is that you plant the pointy end goes up. This isn't the case with all of them. Some bulbs don't have a point on them, like this tuberous begonia, but a lot of times you'll see a shoot starting, and of course the shoot, well, you want to plant going up. Today I'm going to use a lily bulb to demonstrate how to plant a bulb. The first thing to consider when planting a bulb is where are you going to plant it. Most bulbs do best in a half-day sun to full-day sun location. Most bulbs will not grow in the shade, so you want to make sure you have enough sun for the bulb to grow. So let's get started planting our lily bulb. The first thing to consider before planting the bulb is where are you going to plant it. Most bulbs need between a half-day sun and a full-day sun, so make sure you choose a good location where it'll get enough sun for it to grow properly later on. So I'm going to start digging the hole here, and as I mentioned earlier, bulbs have different planting depths. The larger the bulb, the deeper the hole. With lily bulbs, about a 5 or 6 inch soil depth is perfect. This trowel here has a handy little measuring guide already built in here. In inches, it goes up to 4 inches, so this is a good guide to get an idea. Looks like I'm right at about the correct planting depth here. Once you have your hole dug to the proper depth, it's beneficial to add a soil conditioner or soil amendment to the soil. I use Harvest Supreme, and I'll just put a handful of this at the bottom of the hole, and I'll just dig this in. Just sort of mix it in with the soil at the bottom of the hole. And of course we've added a little more soil, so I'll have to take some of this out to get our proper planting depth again. It's also helpful to use a fertilizer before planting your bulb. There are special bulb fertilizers that are just formulated for bulbs. So I'll take usually about a tablespoon of this Dr. Earth bulb food, which is an organic fertilizer, and I'll put it at the bottom of the hole, and again with my trowel I'll just sort of mix that in a few inches below the bottom of the hole. The nice thing about the organic fertilizers is they will not burn the roots. They're very slow release, so they take a while to break down and give a gradual, gentle feeding. We want to make sure we have the depth correct again after we've done all that digging in there. So this looks about right, about 5 or 6 inches deep. So we're ready to plant our bulb. So remember again, the pointy end goes up here. This one's already started to grow, so it makes it easy to see where it's going to grow from. So I'll just put this down in the bottom of the hole here, and then I'll just take the soil that I dug out and just put it right on top. You want to firm that soil down to get rid of any air pockets, and you want to make sure you have the level of the soil before you planted. So that's all there is to it. The only thing you have to do now is wait for your bulbs to come up. You just have to be a little bit patient. Sometimes it takes several weeks before you see any signs of growth. These are some lily bulbs that I planted 4 to 5 weeks ago, and as you can see, they're just starting to emerge right now, and from now on you should see rapid growth from day to day. Thank you for joining me today. As you can see, there's nothing too difficult about planting a bulb. I hope you'll check back for future videos on different topics in our Gardening 101 series. Happy gardening!